Hello everyone, welcome back to my hardcore world. You may be wondering what I've been getting up to around here. Basically, well, I've been stone mining, like a lot of stone mining, as you can see, because I have a very big project in mind for us today. Welcome back to my single player hardcore Minecraft world. If this is your first time here, here's where we are. I started out in this adorable village that I transformed into the pink and purple village of my dreams. I then moved just about 1,000 blocks away, leaving all of my stuff behind to restart in a new wintry village. And that's where we pick up today, building and transforming in this village. Between episodes, I've actually been doing a little bit of work getting myself some enchants. For example, we've got a little bit of fortune, it's just fortune 2, and a new pair of boots. I actually did record me doing that, I just can't find the footage. If I find it, I'll insert it. New enchantments aside though, my main other objective has just been collecting stone. After all, transforming a village is not something that comes easily. It's going to take a lot of materials. And even though this is only fortune 2, I'm gonna go ahead and just mine up these lapis and diamonds. These have been sitting here for a very long time. Thank you, 8. Not bad. Into the furnace you go. Perfect. Oh, it's good to be spending some time with the villagers again. I miss these guys when I'm on Hermitcraft. I really don't have a lot of villagers in my place over there. Hey guys. What you doing? My ultimate goal in this series is to defend it from a raid. Once I do that, we're gonna build a road and connect this village to my old village way over there. It's gonna be such a beautiful moment and I cannot wait to do that, but for now, well, we need to work on our defenses. And that, my friends, is why I have been gathering some stone. Actually, I don't have that much stone, but it's some stone. I'll be able to get us started. Villagers, no funny business today, okay? No climbing on the walls, no jumping off of things. We all gotta stay alive, we gotta stay healthy. It's gonna be a good day. Now, this is a structure that I did in the previous episode, and it is a good example of what I want. The contrasty wood I really like, and more importantly, the red. Yeah, we're going with a red theme, and I'm really excited because it's gonna contrast so good against the white and the blue. And since we've already got a start on some of these walls, I think that's about where we'll pick up today. You see, I've been doing some research into castles. In my research and looking into how castles are actually designed, I've learned a couple of words. First of all, a bailey, an inner bailey. And that's kind of where we're working today. That's gonna be this area. It's the area where all of the lord or lady, in this case, family, will be living. And in that case, that's just our villagers. The other word is one that I've heard used a lot, but I've never really looked into what it means to build one. And that is the Great Hall. And the Great Hall is actually precisely what we are going to be building today. I'm going to be transforming these two houses here on this side of the village into our Great Hall. So I'm basically going to be building one large rectangular room going all the way along here. Yeah, it's gonna be the biggest structure here. Potentially the biggest structure that we're gonna do in this village. Once we have the Great Hall established and our inner bailey marked out here, we'll be able to put walls and towers all around those things. And just to be clear, I'm not going for a perfectly historically accurate castle here. I enjoy being able to put elements of fantasy and kind of make up my own things as I go while I'm building. But, you know, I'm looking into things. I'm making it somewhat believable, even if not entirely, especially if you know history. I'm just wondering how tall I should actually make this. As with most structures that I build in survival, I'm marking out a rough frame. So we've got our rectangle here, gonna make that into a 3D shape with a triangle on top. Pretty straightforward process here. All right, Iron Golem, what do we think? Ooh, that's a fun shape, isn't it? I mean, very, very basic shape, but for our Great Hall, I think that's actually exactly what we need. Big old rectangle. And then off of this structure, all I'm gonna need is a bunch of little accessory buildings to kind of give it some interest. Now, if we're gonna pull this off, I'm gonna need to remove the existing structures. So sorry to whoever lives here. Oh, luckily nobody lives there. Hold on, does anybody live in here? There's a bed in here. That's okay. I'll take that. Don't worry, I'll replace it somewhere else. Oh, and this one too. Sorry, villagers, we can't have you living in a construction zone, so just temporarily, some of you are gonna have to be roommates. All right, with this cleared out, I am really just itching to get building. And I don't have very many blocks on me right now. I know I'm gonna have to gather more, but you know what? I'm just gonna use what I have and kind of make a bit of a start here and just see if I can really nail down exactly the type of shape that I want. For example, I know that I want this to have kind of an extra little bit pointing towards my house. I'm just not exactly sure where I want that to be. Maybe somewhere like here? Even a bit further down? Yeah, there we go. It just gives it a little bit extra width here. So this is still gonna be our big main great hall, and then we'll be able to have a doorway over here, maybe even connecting to our starter house eventually. Oh, I'm one too high. Darn it. Whew. Oh, thank goodness I got those boots. I tell you what, it's kind of nice to leave my house and actually see a big structure on the horizon. I mean, I love a village, don't get me wrong, but this I'm excited to build. If you can't tell already, this village is going to be quite different from our old one in that although I'm transforming some of the villager houses, I'm mostly going to be building one big structure and having the villagers kind of work, I guess, within it. And I suppose if the villagers are going to work within it, we're going to need a door down here on the bottom level. And I feel like facing this way, right here, is obviously the way to go. This is facing our inner Bailey. I really hope I'm using these new words right. I'm learning, okay? I'm going in right now with this very big flat wall, and I know when I do this, it tends to make people nervous that I'm not going to detail it, but I assure you, I will be going in with texturing and extra shaping and stuff. I just find it really useful to begin with a big surface, and then we can add things to it as we go. Oh, it's gonna look so cool, I'm so excited. Unfortunately though, I'm very nearly out of materials. So I think before we can continue with any building, it's time for a very big, very epic mining session. Yeah, that's right, Iron Golem. I'm going strip mining. I feel like I'm so spoiled by mending on most series that I haven't actually repaired a pick this way in so long. I almost forgot that you could. Obviously, I will work towards mending, but for right now, that's a perfect way to repair a pickaxe. I mean, will definitely do the trick. All right, let's start by heading into our mining area, which, by the way, probably my favorite area in this world at the moment. It's so functional and yet at the same time so cute. I've got both of my pickaxes with me, and all I'm gonna do is mine on level 16 for a bunch of stone and hopefully also get some iron, and then I'm gonna go down and mine on level minus, what is it, 54 or something, and down there I'll hopefully get deep slate and also diamond. This shouldn't actually take too long. I think I just need about an inventory full of both in order to make a lot of progress here. I'll take my time though and spend probably a couple of hours down here. I sort of plan on just taking my time today and chilling down here in the mines. I don't really have anything else to do. If you're somebody who's watching like my channel as a whole, just for some context of when I'm actually recording this, I just finished editing the wildlife finale. So there's like a lot of craziness kind of happening on the multiplayer side of things right now, and I'm just really enjoying being chill here in this world. I feel like it's so genuinely nice. It's also the perfect time of year for it. Okay, let me set the scene in real life. It's a horribly rainy day, extremely rainy, extremely windy, just hovering just above 0 for the temperature, right? It's pretty chilly. I have actually, speaking of chili, made some chili. I've got a pot of chili just simmering on the stove. It's the perfect kind of Christmassy type of vibe in my house. My dog is upstairs having a nap on the couch. I have started my workday this morning by making myself an eggnog latte, which if you don't like eggnog, probably sounds pretty gross, but I've used like vanilla eggnog, just a little bit of it, a splash of that in with regular milk, just to make like I don't know, a latte. It's pretty good. It might be a little too sweet if you don't like that sort of thing. But I really personally enjoy eggnog, and I've also got a dash of cinnamon in there. And it's just such a lovely morning when it's so miserable outside this time of year. It's really nice, I find, to kind of romanticize something going on in the house. And having yummy, hearty food simmering on the stove and an awesome latte in my hand, and then a great game like Minecraft is just the perfect way, I think, to spend a morning. It reminds me, honestly, a lot of being a kid growing up and having a snow day. How excited I would be to look out the window and see that it was snowing super bad and knowing that it was probably going to be canceled. And then instead of having to do my usual routine, I would be able to get up and play Minecraft if I wanted, or just watch TV, or, you know, do whatever I was gonna do. Oh, such a good memory. I find it really is true this time of year that I really find myself craving these cozier, slower moments. It's one of the reasons actually why I really love stopping in on this series every now and then, because I get to chat with you guys about my life, and it's not just like chaos all the time. We get to have an actual connection here, which I really, really enjoy. So let me know down in the comments down below, actually, do you like eggnog, first of all? And if you do or don't, let me know what your favorite cozy season game is. I feel like I'm really between Minecraft and Stardew Valley. I'm between those. And also Animal Crossing. They're also cozy, and Stardew and Animal Crossing are on my Switch, which I actually take home for the Christmas holidays when I go visit my family. If I ever have downtime, I can play some Animal Crossing. Oh, so nice. I'm super curious about yours though, because I am looking for cozy game recommendations. I feel like I've been playing those three for so long. I could really use, you know, a little mix-up. Ooh, speaking of a mix-up, found a cave and a geode. I don't think I actually need any of this basalt or calcite right now, but it's nice to know that this is here just in case I do throughout this project. Anyways, perhaps you've had enough of me rambling about cozy season for now, but I just really enjoy it. I hope that some of you honestly are playing along with me. You got Minecraft up now, you got me on your second monitor, on your phone or something, or maybe just in the background. You're listening and playing along. Oh, it's one of my favorite ways to play the game. We do have a lot of mining to do though. Gosh, and we're getting so much iron. This is actually so productive. All right, it's officially been an hour. I've dropped off all my stone at the top and started on some deep slate, which I don't need quite as much of, but as you can see, I have 45 diamonds. 45, and I only have fortune 2. It's actually insane. I can't believe I hit that many diamonds. My pick is starting to get a little low though, and this is not a horrible deep slate haul, so I think I'm gonna call it here for the mines for now and head back up to the surface to continue gathering. Now, it is a very good thing that I have gotten these diamonds, because one of the things that we're gonna need to do in order to actually progress further in this build is gather materials in the nether. I mean, yeah, just most of the great red blocks are in fact nether based. So I want like the wart block, I want the nether wart, the bricks, those red bricks, I mostly want those, to be honest. And now for today, just to save ourselves a little bit of trouble, I may go ahead and just use netherrack as a placeholder for some of the more complicated blocks. But either way, we're gonna have to go to the nether for that. And well, I guess there's really no reason anymore for me to not have a full set of diamond armor and tools. It probably doesn't even all have to be enchanted. Oh, it's snowing! I love it. I can't wait until it snows more in real life. All right, here we go. Some red blocks in here. Some of my stone in here. Oh, we're gonna make good progress today. I can feel it. Since we'll be heading to the Nether soon, the next logical step is getting properly geared up as to not risk my life for this build. As you can see, I've achieved 30 levels. Now, obviously, I can't enchant all the diamond gear that I just made with this, but it's a good start before we begin on today's building. Actually, go with the chest plates. Fire protection. You know what? We are going to the Nether, so I guess that's pretty good. I'll put everything else away for now, and we'll keep working towards getting 30 levels again. What do you think, villager? I look so nice and shiny now, right? Diamond armor? Uh-huh. He loves it, don't worry. Well, I feel prepared now. Let's head to the Nether and get a couple of the blocks that we need. Now, we're not gonna get the full-on, like, red nether brick and stuff like that, but I do want to go grab some netherrack and also potentially some blackstone. And, you know, maybe some basalt wouldn't hurt, although I do have the generator in the overworld now. Oh, look at the view of our new build from here. That's gonna make such a difference to the landscape. I'm so excited. Right, now, if I remember correctly, yeah. Our spawn in the Nether is a little bit horrible, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll just we'll make do. All right, let's grab a little bit of this blackstone. I love the way that this looks with deep slate. I think it's gonna add a great contrast, especially with the red as well. Easy does it. These nether blocks are definitely something that I find myself not using super often, so I'm really excited to explore what the potential could be building with these. Here's the fortress. I'm really nervous to go in here. Listen, I consider myself a very capable Minecraft player at this point in my career, but there's something about a nether fortress in hardcore that's always just gonna make me very scared. I feel like a new player all over again every time I go in there. With any luck, though, there is the potential that we could sneak in and maybe just maybe find, you know, what we're looking for, a little bit of nether wart. That's really all we need, after all. It might be easy. You never know. This is fine. Totally not scary at all. Okay, there's blaze down there, and there's a blaze spawner right there. Oh boy. Oh, and wither skeletons. Is this actually a double blaze spawner here? Oh my gosh, it is. Wait, that's a blaze spawner? That's a blaze spawner. This is a double blaze spawner situation, which is kind of crazy. Okay, just making myself a little safe room here. I feel like those are both close enough that we could have double blaze spawner action. And that would be great for XP in this world, actually. I don't know if I've ever made a double blaze spawner. This is exciting. Ow. Oh, shoot. I've miscalculated. It's fine. Making little areas like this where the skeletons can't fit through is honestly such a lifesaver in these. Oh my gosh. Let's go get that blaze rod. Perfect. It looks like the fortress continues that way. I just need to find a way across. Oop. Oh, here we go. This is more promising. Yes! Nether wart! This is what I needed. Oh, thank goodness. We can at least start farming it today. This will be perfect. I am going to be grabbing all of this and taking it back home to create a farm. This fortress is actually so big, it turns out. It's just mostly down in these underneath areas. So all I'm doing right now is marking the way that I'm going with some basalt. I'm getting so many chests as well, which is so good. I'm also just making myself lots of little areas where wither skeletons can't sneak up on me, which is pretty important. There's even more nether wart. This is so good. Oh, diamond horse armor, nice. Okay, honestly, disregard the arrow in my head. I think I've explored the vast majority of this fortress, and we got exactly what we needed, which was nether wart. Finding the double blaze spawner is definitely also the cherry on top, but I don't have time to think about that today. I got a building project to do. Before we go, I've come all the way to the end of my tunnel because I really just need some netherrack, which is a really odd thing to need, but this is actually going to be one of my main building materials, which is nice because, well, it's super easy to get. I mean, the insta-mine is so satisfying. The contrast between working in the Nether and then coming to the snowy biome is kind of crazy. Actually kind of hurts my eyes coming back. All right, with this though, I think we're finally ready to actually start building. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Let me just go down to my basement here and plant some nether wart. I'm sure I've got space for a farm. Yeah. Just give me a second. I'll just dig this out and then we'll have a nice little nether wart farm. Yes, just like that. Here we have a simple little place where I can farm some nether wart. Now, let me show you what I plan to do with this nether wart, because honestly, this is a block I tend to forget even exists. I'm not gonna lie. All we gotta do is smelt down a little bit of this. There we go. And using that, we can make red nether bricks. Now those, combined with the actual nether wart block, are gonna make two very vibrant red blocks, which is gonna be the key to, I think, making this whole area pop. If we compare that to the actual netherrack, we can see that these are so much more vibrant, and I've been wanting to use this brick texture for a roof for a long time, so I'm really excited to. Only problem is obviously this is a difficult block to get because, well, nether wart farming is not particularly easy. So for today, I'm going to be using a lot of netherrack to kind of place hold where our brick would be, and we'll kind of slowly replace it out with the vibrant red that we want. Now, I think it's about time we get building. I've officially made our first tiny little start. We've got our stone, our deep slate, and our black stone along with basalt in, and this is creating kind of a little bit of a gradient on these roofs that you could kind of see if I F5 on both of them, and then we're gonna fill this in with red up here, and I think we're also gonna need some structures down below. Water bucket clutch, heck yeah, nailed it. I mean, just right now though, the basic shapes, it's looking fantastic. It needs a structure down here, and I'm not exactly sure what that's gonna be, but I think probably just, maybe 3 out like this. We'll do an extra little bit. It could potentially just be like a little side sort of storage area or something. I don't know, but it needs to balance out some of these really long walls and break it up with some horizontal movement. While I'm working on this build, I've just got a Pixel Riffs stream up on the side. It's one of my favorite ways to build in single player, is just while watching somebody else also play in single player. There's just something so cozy about that sort of parallel play, I guess. I may actually make this side over here. Maybe even it could be doorways. Sorry, dude, I need this stone cutter. I was just thinking, maybe we could do something like this. And then potentially, you could either do windows in here, or you could do a full-on door so that this is some type of room here. And then of course, we're gonna wanna make it pop out with another roof line and match everything else. And this will be our first kind of red roof that's going in. Now this one I'm gonna build out of mangrove because I think it'll better match the other kind of houses that we have around in this village so far. I am gonna just add a little bit of variety to the texturing here though with some slabs. Right, what do we think? Oh, that has helped so much. I'm wondering if this here, it might look a bit odd, but I kind of think it should be stone brick. Yeah, I think that kind of helped. There's some other details we could do here, but we're definitely off to a good start. Let's keep going. Every time I get to a big vertical section like this where it's just flat, I try to add some sort of asset on the side of this. In this case, I'm just adding a little tower here. I feel like it'll look good. I'm gonna take it all the way up through the roof line just to break things up over on this side. The only problem is I am so extremely low on stone. It's lucky that I don't actually mind the mining process to get these materials, but my pickaxe is starting to mine, so I may need to do some more pickaxe enchanting before we begin anything else. Luckily though, we do have enough to see what this looks like when it breaks the roof line. This is the part that I'm most excited about. I think it's gonna make the biggest difference coming up through this black stone layer, just adding its own little detail here. And we'll probably do a sort of different roof type here, maybe even just like a castle-y sort of roof. All right, it needs texturing and details, but that totally does a good job of just breaking up some of these lines. I like it. Progress overall is going well, although I do need to go mine a little bit more stone. I actually don't think we need much more. As you can see, we've just got this back wall here and this little section here. And then when we get a roof on, this whole thing will be enclosed and we'll be ready to start work on the interior. It was also snowing a little bit while I was building this, as you could see by the fact that there's snow buildup, and it's made me think I want this to be a very cozy, wintry build, and one of the things that happens in winter is one side of a building is guaranteed to get icicles. And I feel like I've seen people do this before, where they grab some white glass panes and then just turn them into what looks like icicles on the side of a structure. And I kind of want to see what that'll look like here. Hold on. Let me just test like that. It could look good, right? I think it has potential. If we put it here, it unfortunately connects, which I don't think looks quite as nice. But I think we should definitely do something with icicles. I don't know what yet. Maybe I'll need to get some more white blocks on the go. For now, it's back in the mines for me. Just enchanted a brand new pick and actually got Fortune 3, which means we don't need our Fortune 2 pickaxe anymore. And I should be able to do this a way around that gives us, yeah, efficiency 4, unbreaking 1, and silk touch. But at least it heals our pickaxe a little bit. It's better than nothing. Yep, this is a nicer pickaxe. Villagers, we officially have a great haul. And you could go inside and there's not gonna be snow in here. Minus that part right there because I haven't finished that bit. But yeah, I mean, this is a full building now. It's got all of the walls. It's got most of the roof. Granted, it's slightly the wrong color, but I actually think the netherrack is working well as a placeholder for our red brick. Now, whilst we watch this beautiful sunset, we must talk about the next steps, because at the moment, this is a very plain building. There's a few things that I want to do. First of all, it's a winter build, so I think chimneys need to be kind of everywhere around this roof. I also want this building to be like at least a little bit unique, so we need to work on finishing off some of these extra structures that are really gonna kind of finish it off, I guess. This one over here, I'm gonna make as a little bit of a lookout because it kind of has a great view here of everything. So I'm just gonna kind of fill this all in so that you can get up here in a ladder or something. And then I was thinking up on top where these two roofs intersect, we could maybe do a tower right here, like a circular one to kind of break up some of the shapes. Something that I really want to do is use some polished basalt as kind of a border here, but I want to use the kind of swirly end like this and then upright. I just think that'll give a pretty cool texture. And yeah, it does, I think. I think this build is actually just making me fall in love with using nether blocks to build. Okay, it needs some slabs and stairs, but I didn't actually bring a crafting table up here, so that'll have to wait. For now, though, I think we've done it. Just gotta, hold on, fix that. Yeah, not half bad. Let's move on now to this circular structure. I'm mostly just enjoying how much it breaks up the roof. We definitely need more of that, and I'm thinking chimneys over in this corner. The circle structure is gonna go here. Oh, snow. And then, I mean, we could also just do another kind of one of these triangle roofs. I forget what these are called, but I mean, they're pretty simple. You just add another roof right here, and it kind of fits in. I feel like that'll work. Okay, I think because I have two things on this side now, I'm actually gonna off-center the circle bit to be more centered around here in this corner. I think that'll just balance things a bit better. Oh, what a lovely view of our world this is. It's so cozy. I say this every time I play in this save, but I love the snow. I really do love it. And now that it's turning winter in real life as well, this is the vibe. This is what I want. Once again, I am not thinking this roof will be netherrack by the end of this build, but for today, and for this episode, it's gonna be netherrack, because that's what I have on me. Eventually, this will be some other very nice shade of red. Right, how we doing? Okay, I don't hate it. I think I like the placement. The only other thing I want to do up here now is add chimneys right here over this section. Sorry, dude, I need to use this. Thank you. Don't worry, I'm also slowly going in and adding a bunch of like stairs, slabs, wall blocks, and things to all these roofs because I do realize that they're desperately missing it. Alright, we've got towers and chimneys. I do believe we might be getting dangerously close to having a finished result here. You may notice something we're sorely missing at the moment is windows. I mean, the vast majority of the detailing on this, besides with the texturing anyway, is gonna happen with windows and doorways and things, but I want to be really thoughtful about how I actually do that. I've been playing a bit of Baldur's Gate 3 recently, which is a really lovely game that has a lot of exploring. I mean, specifically the interior of buildings is just craziness. There's so much to that game, and it's actually giving me a lot of inspo for my builds in Minecraft because I want builds like this to have a really well thought out interior going on. Because of that, I'm kind of not putting in so many windows right away because I want the windows that I put in to match up with what's going on the actual interior flooring. I do think this doorway wouldn't go astray though. I mean, maybe some dark oak wood. What do you think? Doorway, it's functional for a village, but it still has that grand aesthetic. I think it works. Anyways, everyone, I do believe for this episode, this is where I'm going to leave it. Next episode, we'll be able to work on all the interior and the layouts of this. And of course, we also have to connect it up to the walls, do a bunch of castle towers around here, and just continue making things epic and very defendable. But I'm so happy with our progress today. This is the biggest build I've done in this world in a long time, and it is good to be back. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope that you're having a lovely holiday season if you're celebrating, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!